Hey, hey, hey. Okay, so today I said I was going to, I'll share everything here. I said that I was going to make two patterns today. And I want to change the layout here. That's out something really neat. So let me try it. Let me try it. Okay. So I said I was going to make two patterns, right? But I think I'm just going to make a set, one set. So I'm going to make the button front or zip front, whatever I decide to do, a raglan shirt, and the pleated short. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. I'm going to try to find, I'm going to try to find a similar pattern to what I want because the time has gotten away. It's like, it's 3 o'clock. Oh my God, the time is just I don't know where the time has gone. I do not know. Anyway, so I'm gonna make this simple on myself because I've already made raglan patterns. I'm just gonna modify some patterns that I have already made into what the new styles that I'm creating now. Okay, so I'm gonna do file open and let's go to my folder. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go to documents. Oh, I want libraries. That's what I want. I'm sorry. Documents. Because everything looks so different. And I want patterns by SL, patterns by SL. Here we go. And then let's look for the SL patterns. Let's look for see if I have a raglan. So a raglan would be, I might have a raglan in, when did I do a raglan? I did a raglan. Oh, I did that jacket for Melanie. That's right. So it's actually almost similar to that, except for how do I want to finish the neck? I think I just I want it to come a regular neck and I want to like just a stand collar. So let's go ahead and open up this one that I'm going to take from SL 2017. It says Raglan Zip Front. So let's open that up. And I'm going to go ahead and change the style number right away. File, save as. And oh shoot, I should have looked to see what my last shirt style number. So no, this would be a set. So I think I'm gonna have it be. I'm gonna have this be SL1062 SL because 2000s are what jackets? It's 1062 62, and I'm gonna call this the Raglan. Mm, button, capitals, button. Oh shoot, what did I do? No, but okay, let's just go with it. I'll change the name later. So what I'm going to delete off the screen here, what I don't need is I'm not going to need this facing. So I'm going to delete the front facing from the style. I don't need the back neck facing either because I'm going to make a stand collar. Um, I do want an inseam pocket, and I got to see how long this raglan is. And for now, I want a short sleeve. I want a short sleeve raglan. let's see, that will be my bottom. Mm, 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 mm. So, okay, if I want a short sleeve and I have a drop, so let's just say I'm gonna take off probably about, I'm gonna guess here, see what this underarm is. I'm not guessing, I'm measuring. The underarm is 15 inches. So let's take off maybe 13 inches. So we're going to, it's 13. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's get our grain line inside the pattern piece here. And that is a raglan. Now I'm thinking I'm going to put a cuff on the raglan. So if this raglan is ending around my elbow, I want it to be nice and loose because my issue is getting my arms inside the pattern piece. So let's measure the length of this cuff here. I think this is a cuff. Yeah, it's a cuff. So it's 10 right now, and I think where's my tape measure? Let's see, where's my tape measure? I usually have one here. There's one. Let's just, ooh, 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 ooh. See what this arm is here, loose cuff. Okay, 14. Let's make like a 15, 16-inch cuff. Okay. So let's see what this is right now. It's 10, and if I want 15, I'm going to extend each side of this 2.5 inches. Okay. And actually, I don't want a waistband on this button front. I just want it to be nice and loose. And actually, I might swing it out a little bit, not just straight. So I'm going to remove the waistband, delete it from the style. It's getting a little windy outside. It started to rain a little bit earlier. Um, and if that was a zip front, so that means that this is coming right to the center. So I'm going to measure across the back and see how wide this jacket is right now. It is, get my calculator out here. 12 point, so almost 12.5, so 12.452 times 2. Oh, that's pretty roomy. So what we're going to do is let's swing in. It's not a jacket, it's a blouse. So let's swing in. Let's just swing in the armhole uh, chest area about 1 inch on each side. Why did I just get hot? Okay, so let's do that. Let's move this pocket. And actually I'm gonna have a different type of pocket is all right, I guess. Anyway, let's swing and let's get rid of the pocket. I was gonna say let's get rid of the pocket notch so I can make sure my whole line will just swing in. Yeah, so I'm just gonna delete that for now. Delete. And what I do to the back, I'm going to do to the front, delete the notch from the side seam. And let's do multiple move and grab all of this area here and come back 1 inch. Yeah, same with the front, -1. Okay, so that gives me some swing out, bit of a swing out. Going to reshape my armhole a little bit here. Mm. And I still doesn't have to be that wide. Looks long too. I think I'm gonna raise that a little bit. I have to measure it though. Um, if this was a jacket, then that means this armhole is probably pretty low. So let's see what this is from the neck here. Measure the drop straight. 11. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and raise that up about 1 inch. 1 inch. And then what I do to those underarms, I have to do to the sleeve. And then I'm just going to adjust my shape on with Move Point. I'm going to adjust my shape on my armholes and on my sleeve. See, the back looks okay. Let's just adjust this sleeve. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Of course, I'm going to measure all these points later. I can actually put the measurements up on the screen now. See where I am. So let's make the front here 4, make the back about 5. Same. Oh no, where the piece go? Where the pieces go? Okay, let's do the same for the back. So the back, we're gonna have that at 5. In the front, we're gonna have that at 4. Okay, so it's like a pretty long armhole. Probably can raise it a bit more. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in um, a regular shirt pattern just to check out the neck. And I'm going to steal the collar from it. So I know I have. So for now, I already changed the name of this. It's not the name I want. So I'm just going to save this, whatever I have here. And then I'm going to merge. Let's see, merge. Um, File, merge. I'm going to merge in a shirt, and my shirts are at 1. Computer is slow. What's going on? There we go. So let's go ahead and find a shirt, button front shirt, 1020s. That's a basic one that I use. I think I use that one to make mom's merge sizes. We're going to use, oh no, that's the men's. So let's find, actually it's okay. I can use them in. I'm still going to stick with the current grading that I have on here. And yeah, so that'll give me a stand collar. I'm just gonna say okay, and I'll be able to use all the pieces that I want to transfer in because I don't need the cuff though. Let's delete that from the style. I don't need the sleeve. Actually, let me see the width. Oh, it's almost the same. So no, I don't need the sleeve. I'm gonna delete that from the style. I don't need the collar. Let's delete from the style. I am gonna keep the collar stand. And I'm gonna keep this button placket. Now I just want to view. So I'm going to go to seam, switch all to sew. Uh-oh, I want switch all to sew, switch all to sew. I'm just going to check out the width of the pattern. Actually, because I brought it in that inch. It's actually okay. Okay. And I'm going to sit the back on top at the armhole, underarm on the side seam, do the same. So I'm gonna zoom up here because I want to end up tracing this neck or get very close to the neck. So let's go to move piece and I want this underarm here. So I just want to see how far down I am from the shoulder. I am 3 3/8. I keep looking up because the umbrella is moving there and the wind is just starting to kick up a bit more. And then the back shoulder. So I'm going to raise. Let's get a guideline down at my underarm. And then I'm going to move the center backs together. I want to move the center backs together. Which piece do I have? I have okay, that's fine. I can move it right here. Okay, so I just want to be able to see that my backs are close because I'm going to end up raising my back. And what I raise on the back neck, or I could go the other way. I could just, yeah, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to raise this raglan up to the back neck. And the shapes are pretty similar. And then I have about from my shoulder, it's about 1.5, which is giving me, yeah, I just can keep that right there like that. So that means I raised that 1 inch. That means I have to do the same to the front. That means I'm going to end up raising this whole thing on the raglan 1 inch. But now I need to move this over. See, it's not. Oh, that's the fold over. Oh, that's a double roll. That's a double roll fold. So let me get a guideline down on where my center front is. So hopefully I have a notch down here at not a notch, but a grade point. That's probably the center front because it's a double turn placket. Okay, so if that's the center front, then I need to sit this front on the center. It's my center, so I can make sure I have the right width. Okay, so now if I want this neck, and this is a raglan I'm going to move. I have too many points too close here. So for me to move and not mess up the shape too much, I think I just want to come around here. I keep hearing, and I'm going to just mimic this this neck. So something is going to have to have no curve in it. Let's do move point. So we can get this here. It's gonna come here. It's gonna come here. It's gonna come here. And there we go. So now that looks more like a regular neck. Yeah, and let's just adjust the armhole a bit. See, I can get rid of some of these points. I don't need them all that close together. I don't need that point. Okay, so now let's see what this measurement is from the shoulder. Shoulder down 1 3/4. So let's come up another about a quarter. So it can be about one. It can be about 1 1/2. I'm trying to grab that point. It's too close. Have a rack and I'm gonna move it. There we go. Move that up just a little bit. Yeah. Is that thunder? I need to go turn that water off. Okay. Okay, so at least I have a decent front. And I know I have about 1 1/2 inch to be on my, let's go ahead and walk this front sleeve and see what we end up on the neck. So if I walk 4 and still at, oh, that's at 4. Is that number 4? Oh, still 4. Walk here. Okay, so if I follow the seam there, I said I was leaving that back neck as it was. That means I think I'm going to have to just move this. I'll just move it up evenly. I'm going to just measure, see what I get, a 1/2 inch. So let's move this 0.5, 1/2 inch, and just adjust the neck a little bit. Something like that. All right. And then now let me see what this body length is, since I have a shoulder here. Body length is 26. So that's too long. So I want this shirt to, I said I wanted it to be between my midway between my waist and my waist and my hip. So actually, maybe where this shirt ends. So let's see what it is. Shoulder to the end of this t-shirt is 25. Okay, so I'll do a 25-inch length. And what did I say this was? 26. So I'm going to reduce this an inch point 486. Okay. Inch point 486. Okay, so now I can go ahead and move off the regular shirt back and the front. I'm gonna leave those up here for now because I may have to come back to them because they are just a guide for me right now. Let's rotate my grain line. And I said I was going to come up off the length an inch point 486. 1.486. All right. Okay, so that should give me a decent shirt, but I think I'm going to add a little bit more swing. I know the African print fabric that I have is about 44 inches wide. I want to utilize the whole width of the fabric. So actually I need to make a placket. So let's get rid of this point here. I don't need this one. Make sure this line is straight. So we're going to align it from the first point horizontally. And then let's see, if that was my center front, then I'm going to extend this 5/8 of an inch. And then I am going to make the turn back placket. Let's just do 1.5 and turn back. Okay. Yeah, and I'm doing a stand collar, right? So, okay, let's get the collar up here. And we'll deal with the pocket as well later. I'm going to call this, yeah, it's already a button template. I got to rename this, right? Rename it. Let's get these guidelines off. Okay, so now I'm going to add a grade point at the hem because I always like to know where my center front is. And it is, I said 0.625. That's my center front. That's my center front, 0.625. I know I'm going to want this to swing out some more. I see a little shapely here. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure the body again to make sure everything, make sure I can fit it. Oh, okay. And I am going to cut this recording because I don't want this to be too long. Okay, so we have across the back, center back. I mean, across the back. 11.4. 11.4. 45. Let's see what my bust is now. Tape measure, don't lie. But you know what? I'm going to the doctor a lot, right? So I've been getting on the scale. I have lost since the surgery. I've lost about 8 pounds. Okay, so my bust is almost that measurement. My bust is 44 now. So if I need my bust to be 40, that means if it's going to be a woven, then I mean I need some more room. So that 1 inch that I took out of each side, I'm going to go ahead and put it back. I'm putting it back. Okay, so let's make sure the back and the front are even, and they are okay. They're good. They are. All right, all right, all right. So what I do to the back, I'm going to do to the front, and I am just going to go ahead and add back that. And let's make sure the chest area and all that is wide enough. So I'm going to add it through above the notches. Let's do zero point 0.5 right now. And then at the underarm here, I can do another 0.5. 0.5. Yeah. And then I'll adjust the shape of my armholes. I also want to make sure my hems are, I want to make sure my hems are 5/8 of an inch. It's 625. So I'm just going to overlock my hems because I'm going to make it swing a little bit. 625. And I need to put my side seams together. Actually, I need to do that after I swing it out, though. It's all right. There, it looks okay. Move this down to pointy. And I'm going to make this wider. This shape, that's going to be my shape in the front. And I probably can make that a little wider. There. Let's save this. Still the style number is still not quite what I want it to be. I'll change that later. But actually I can go piece global information, and all the information on the inside will be what I want it to be. But then when I go to save it, I have to save it or rename it later. So this was going to be the Raglan button front. I don't usually abbreviate, but I don't want this name to be too long. Okay, so that's a good start. That's a good start. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording right now, and I'm gonna check a few things, and then I'm gonna start the pleated short. Okay. Hey, I'm back. So look, let me go ahead and merge this lady short into this style number here. I'm going to use the current size. I'm just going to do 4 sizes. Um, okay. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the lady short. I'm going to add some pleats. These are just at a snack too. So let's swap our seams to a seam. Excuse me, view. Show high seam. No, let's do seam switch all to sew. And then I also added grading onto my button front raglan blouse. And I swung out the hem. You can see on the back here and on the front. Let me show you the grading. Let me hide my seam allowance first. That's going to be view. Show hide seams. And now I'm going to show you that I added grading on these pieces. And actually the grading on the short now needs to match the grading on the, because I took some, it had more sizes. And so let's go ahead and fix the grading on the short before I add the pleats on. So we want this all to be, looks like, let's see. I can do maybe 1/4 of an inch leg opening. Let's see. I'm working on the back. So what I just did here, I'm going to copy and paste that. Then at the, looks like at the thigh here, I'm going to do the same grade. So I'm going to paste that. And then from here, I am going to have my grade be, let's see, looks like I got, let me stack this. First, let me stack this on the center front, on the front and the back. So I'm going to touch the center, is this the back? The center front. I'm going to go grading, and I'm going to stack from here. That means I want everything to line up from that point. And I'm going to do the same thing on the, oh, that was the back, right? Yeah, that was the back. So I'm going to do the same thing on the front. I'm going to stack everything from the front point. So grading, stack point. Okay. And so we have 3/8 here at the mid thigh. I think this should be that's 3/8 as well because that's stacked. And let's make this a 1/2 inch. So a small will be -0.5. And then 0.5. And then the same at the waist. 0.5 on our larger ones and -0.5 on a smaller one. So what I just did to the back, I'm going to do to the front. So I'm just going to copy the grade points down here, paste it, zoom up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to copy this grade rule here, paste it on the front, copy from the back, paste it onto the front, copy from the back, and paste onto the front. Okay. Looks like the height needs to grade. And it should be a half inch between these sizes. So it looks like it's a grade down here. What is that? Not very much. So let's go ahead and do, and this is wrong because this needs to extend out for larger sizes. So let's fix this. The larger ones, let's do 0.125. No, it's going to be -0.25. And then the smaller one will be 0.25. So because this thigh thigh grade point is so close, I'm going to have it be the same grade rule. So I'm going to copy the grade rule here, and I'm going to paste it onto the mid thigh. And since the leg is so short, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to paste this, and then I'm going to paste it, and then I'll look between if I actually want that movement, that much leg opening. But at the height of the rise, it should be a 1/2 inch grade. So here I need 0.5. Whoops, what'd I do? 5 inches? Uh-oh. 0.5. There we go. And then minus 0.5 there. So at this, we're going to do 0.5 and then minus 0.5. All right, so since I have that established on the back, I'm just going to copy the grade rule from the back, copy, paste it because they have movement on the Y. Oh, but look like I have this looks like it was what do we call that? A patch, just patch pocket. But I'm going to copy the center front and then go back to see what I need to do for the patch pockets. And actually, since I'm putting pleats in, I really don't want any movement there. So I'm just going to paste it and then I'm going to take the notch off of those points because I don't want to lose the shape there. Actually, I can, those can be my, those can be where I set my pleats. Let me get rid of this line here. It's the internal line for measuring. I'm just going to get rid of that on the front and the back. I don't need the patch pocket. I'm going to delete it out of the style. Delete from style. Yes. And looks like this is a waistband contrast. Oh, it says it's a hem facing. Hem facing, but you know what? So I'm missing a waistband for it. Let me see if I have a waistband. I don't think I do. I think that's the last piece. I'm gonna make this hem facing. I'm gonna make it a contrast waistband. So with that, I am going to stack this grading. It's going to be my stack point. And these lines need to straighten up. So I'm going to align last vertically. And do I need to, well, I'm going to end up having to measure the waistband. So I'll do that later. But for now, let's just go ahead and add, what is this? Something looks, oh, these should be at 0. And that line should straighten up. So same for this one over here. Should be at 0. 0. And then that line, did it straighten up? No, it did not. So that's on the X. Let's make this 0. There we go. And 0. Okay. And but this what happened this grade? I didn't change it. So let's copy this one. Paste. And the thigh has to be the same. Paste. And the leg opening. I think I'm gonna fix this first because this should be at 0. It should be at 0. Oops, undo. Touch the hem. 0 and 0. It's the grading. And then this also should be at 0. The smaller one, 0. So now when I go to copy, why does it still not look straight? Because it's not. It's 0. 0. And then here, I should be at 0. Okay, now that looks straight. So now I'm going to go ahead and copy this great rule. Copy and paste the grade rule. Okay. One of these has a hem turn up and this one does not because of the angle. Um, I'll check on that later, but I do have my grading here as I want. And let's look at the center front. I think I can adjust the grading here. I need to adjust this one. If that's a half over there on that side, I can leave it. It's not horrible, the angle. It's not horrible. We'll leave it for now. Because let's see, let's measure. That should just only be a ½ inch. 0.4. Grade point 5. Okay, I'll leave it. All right, so let's add a notch on the back. We want that to be a castle notch. Identify it as the back. And one of these is shorter than the other one. And then what is my inseam? Yeah. Okay, I'll have to look at the numbers when I get so the grading is established, the grading is on there, but then something is not quite right with the length of the short. Looks like this has its seam allowance on it, and this one doesn't on the bottom for some reason. Yeah. So actually, let's just go ahead and delete this point and delete this point, and then these lengths should match up better. Yeah, they do. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's save this because I merged in the short. I'm just going to save it. Base size changed. Okay. And then I said I want to add some pleats to this. So let's find out what the waist line is. So measure front, 11 point, so it's pretty much 12. And the back is 12 1/4. So 12 and 12 1/4. So let's see what this is. So it looks like I might have to seam this 12 and 5/8, and then this one 14. So if I want this notch, okay, this will be 0. I'm gonna just try to put the grading in here now. Excuse me. Excuse me. So if that's my side seam, where this notch is, that's my side seam. So I'm gonna have this to be minus 0.5. Is that right? No, 0.5. And then minus 0.5. And let's measure this side again. We want this, I think we said 12, 12.625, and this, so almost 12. So this can come off minus point, this to do minus 0.5. And then, because I can just slide along the measurement. 12.167. 11. I can get that to be 12. So I'm gonna move along. Make this 12. Okay, and then, so then my back, let's measure the back waist again. 12.3. 12.3. 1. So let's just slide it down to 12.3. 12.317. And then I'm just going to align this horizontally, align first point horizontally. That will give me the waistband. And then I'm going to set half or mirror this, and this will now become my center front. What happened to my notch? Notch. It's not letting me add the notch. What? Notch. What's going on? It don't let me add the notch here. Something's going on. It's not straight some kind of way. I see the line is crooked some kind of way. So let's align this to these grade points. Align from the last point vertically. And then this line, go all the way. Align last point vertically. Something is not right with this. It's got, oh, I think because the grade is on there. The grade is on here some kind of way. Yeah, there it is. I see it. So I'm going to copy this grade here. Copy, and I'm going to put it down here. Paste it. And same thing here. Paste. All right. Now, let's see if I can add the notch. I don't know, it's not letting me add the notch. I'm not sure why. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half of that off. I am going to make sure the seam allowance is at 0. It is. I can't see why I won't let me add the notch. Try it again. There we go. outside V. Same here. Okay, there we go. And I need to see how wide this is. So this is going to now be my waistband. So it is got to be large enough to go around my hips what it is and to be able to step into it. So if it looks like I'm just going to do a pull on, maybe with some elastic, and then I'm going to add the pleats. So I'm going to add pleats to the front and the back. So I have two notches here. I don't need notches, I just need points. So I'm going to add two to the back as well because I'm going to add a great point. I'm going to add and make some pleats back here as well. So I want my pant, um, my short, I want it full. I want it to look like a little skirt. The length is a little long, so it's almost 7 inches long. Hmm, 7 inches, 7 inches. This is 18. Let's shorten this. Maybe an inch and a half. Or just let's just shorten it 1 inch right now. Okay, and then let's add, since I'm making pleats, the fullness will stay in. I'm just going to eye it out and put a grade point down on the leg opening on the front and the back. I'm just eyeing it out here. Doesn't have to be straight because I just want fullness. So now I'm going to highlight where from the hem up to the waist. I'm going to go to pleats and I'm going to add, I'm going to, I'm going to add a pleat. No, pleats I'm going to create. Uh-oh, I have to highlight it. Let's create pleat, create, because I need it to spread, the whole thing to spread. So let's just make it a nice pleat, and I want it to be 1.5 inch depth. Okay, do that here at the bottom. Pleats, create 1.5. There we go. Same here. Pleat, create. And same down here. And here's pleats, create same distance. There we go. All right. So now I have a nice full short. Because since I didn't make that line straight or I have a little wobbliness. Let me see. Let me straighten this out. Um, about 1.735, 1.73, because I need this to be a straight line. 1.735. Straight now. And then this side looks like it's tilting down a little bit. It's the center. Yellow. Uh, 0.953. I should have just did a straight. But I was just eyeing it out, but that ended up making my hem not straight, which I can fix in my cutting, but because if I remove these notches down here, then I will no longer have a computer generated pleat. And if I want to modify the pleat in the computer, if I delete these, then I'll have to do everything manually. So I'm going to leave all those. But when I cut, I'm not going to cut out the notches because it's just opening the spread that I want for the bottom. It's not really going to be a top bottom pleat. It's just going to be a pleat at the top. 0.725. So what I'm going to, undo, I went the wrong way. Y'all see that? I should have went on the Y. I think it was 0.725. Yeah. And one more. Let's fix this one here. Measure this. Going from the yellow. 0.744. So I'm just moving all the points in the pleats over on the Y. 0.744. Yeah, straighten that out. And then I'm just going to align all these points on this hem. Align them all vertically. All points vertically. And that should give me a straighter instead of a jagged hem there. Align first vertically. Yeah. That way I still have all those points and I'll still be able to use, if I want to change the depth of the pleat, I'll be able to still have the computer generated pleat. Now, what I like to do with my pleats is I like to put a outside, because I don't cut slits into my fabric any longer. I find it to be too dangerous, too much. I don't want to add to make any damages. So that's why I'll just go back and put an outside V notch on top. Because if I deleted the notch, the computer generated pleat will be gone. So that's what I'm doing. And that's my pleat and then we'll do the same thing on the back. Add a outside V notch. Something is not straight. I can tell the angle is it's straight here at the bottom, but I don't know, something's a little off there, but it's okay. Okay, there we go. May have something to do with the grading. I'm not sure. Yeah, oh, because there's no grade points down here at the bottom. I think that's what it is. Could be. Anyway, so this is my set. So I have a raglan. Where's my front? This is my front. Here's my front and my back. Here's my sleeve. Here's my cuff, sleeve cuff. And here is my collar. And then I have the front and back pleated. short with a waistband. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to put elastic in the waistband or if I'm going to have it be a draw pull. Depends on the weight of the fabric. I don't know what fabric I'm going to select yet, but that completes my pattern. So what time did I start? I I was still in the kitchen at 11. I don't know what time I got on the computer and started recording and started making the pattern. And then I took a little bit of a break for watering the grass and lunch. And uh, so the pattern is complete now. And so I'm going to plot this out. And I got to turn my plotter on over there. And then I'm going to go to the garage studio and cut it out. I don't know if I'm going to sew it up tonight. I don't know because it's 5:44. I mean, it's still nice and bright outside, but we'll see how much my body can take. Okay. All right. At least I got the you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll sketch it out because and get my tech pack going, pattern card tech pack going for it. And then maybe I'll cut it tomorrow. We'll see. All right. I'm going to go ahead and find where there it is. And I'm going to start recording. So I'll see y'all later.